Welcome to the Glitting Show, everybody.
Hey, what's up guys? Gil here, back with another INTJ video, but this time it is INTJ vs ENTJ, talking about the similarities and differences of these two personalities, which are for the most part the same, but they have some very specific differences, and they do stuff in a slightly different order, which I'll get to soon. And we're gonna try to make this video funny, if you're wondering why it says memes in the title. And right before I get into it, I want to say, if you think this video is funny, please let me know so I can make the videos keeping funny, and if they're not, figure out a way to improve them. And also let me know if you relate to anything I say in this video. Okay, let's get right to it and not waste any time. The first thing I want to talk about is how INTJs and ENTJs are socially and the differences. ENTJs will listen to a conversation and come up with ways to add to it, but they are not your typical extrovert. They are not that social and outgoing. They are extroverted because they can be social if they have a reason to. And INTJs, they're introverted and they usually don't talk, but if they need to achieve their goals, they will. And it's funny because ENTJs are actually like the least extroverted out of the extroverted personalities, and ENTJs can sometimes be mixed up with INTJs because they seem like they're more like ambiverted or closer to introverts than it should be because they have an E. And most of the other personalities that have an E, they really like to say hi to people and go around and talk and go out of their way, but ENTJs don't really care. INTJs don't really care either. They're pretty similar in that aspect. Now I'll be talking about how they solve problems. Both get ideas and take action in a similar way, but INTJs do things for a reason, and ENTJs find a reason to do things. Both of these personalities always like to make everything more effective and to get the most done in the least amount of time, and to make everything better for themselves. But INTJs will have a plan of what they're gonna do to reach a goal. They always have a goal in mind, and they're gonna focus on that goal and look for ways to reach that goal. ENTJs don't have a goal in mind. They'll go and they'll see something, and then all of a sudden they'll decide that they can make it better. One example is an ENTJ might be in like their house or an office, and all of a sudden think of a way where they can like rearrange their furniture and make it so they can study better or have more space by just moving the stuff around. On the other hand, an INTJ wouldn't just go and see something like that. They would be focusing on something deeply, and they would be researching it for a while, and then they would make a plan, and then they would take action. And so ENTJs are like more hands-on, and they just do stuff as they go, and then if it doesn't work, they retry. INTJs like to plan long-term and to make sure they don't make mistakes before they do it. And there's negatives and positives to both. One isn't better than the other. Depends on the situation. Another thing is that ENTJs will be looking at the big picture all the time and try to make things efficient just for the sake of making them efficient. INTJs will also want to be making things efficient, but it will all be very organized, and they are more likely to focus on small details at a time and not just look at a big picture. INTJs also like researching a lot and are likely to stay in one place, and ENTJs like to move around and do things. And another thing is that INTJs will sometimes get so consumed in what they're doing that they'll forget about their surroundings, and an ENTJ would get bored and leave. Hint, if you did not get what I just meant, you should check out the video from yesterday if you haven't watched it already. It's jokes related to this topic, and if you have watched it, hopefully you can go back now and it will be funny. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it off here. I could go on for a while, but I think I covered some of the main points, and it should be good enough, but if it's not, let me know in the comments below and I can always make a second part. See you in the next video.